The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And for the Los Angeles Dodgers, it was their fielding that hurt them Saturday against the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates are going up. The Dodgers, once with what we thought was an insurmountable lead in the National League West, it's down to 5. In the first, the Pirates had 2 hits and couldn't score. The Dodgers just couldn't field. In the second, they sent 7 to the plate and scored 3 runs. Don Robinson doubled home Phil Garner. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Then Frank Tavares singled home 2 to make it 3-0 Pittsburgh. That held till the 8th. Ron Say, a 2-run single, made it 3-2, but Willie Stargell puts it out of reach. His solo shot, the 11th home run for him for the year. They made it 4-2 Pittsburgh. Don Sutton goes 8 innings, allows 3 runs, but they're all unearned. The Pirates 58-40, the Dodgers 62-41. They play next. As Retro Sports Network presents. Come on, over here. Major League Baseball replay 1978. Today from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, it is the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Los Angeles Dodgers. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com. The best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. It'll be Doug Rao and Jim Rooker on the hill for their respective teams. And happy Thursday to you all. My name is Ron Juckett. Lovely to have you along in the program. A beautiful day in Los Angeles. 81 degrees, winds blowing left to right at 10. The Dodgers have lost 5 straight to Pittsburgh. And if you're wondering how the Pirates have played themselves back into first place in the National League East, well, the Dodgers have helped them. And so today, Doug Rao, looking for his 10th win of the year, needs to start pitching better. His ERA is .496. His real-life ERA in 1978 was .326. That's not good. Jim Rooker, on the other hand, for a while led the National League in ERA. So we're not quite sure what we're going to get for you, but it should be a pretty good ball game. The Dodgers and the Pirates for you right now, right here on Retro Sports Network. And as Doug Rao takes his warm-up tosses, good morning, Lorenzo. Lorenzo here bright and early this morning. Rao is 9-7 on the year. He is making his 19th start, 11 more for the lefty to go in the regular season. He has pitched once against the Pirates, and it was a mixed bag of things. No decision, 4 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs both earned, and 1 strikeout. Rao's last appearance, in fact, that was his last appearance, was against Pittsburgh. So he hasn't made it through 5 innings since July 7th. In 123 1/3 innings, Rao has allowed 143 hits, 15 homers, 70 runs in total, 68 earned. He walked 42 and struck out 55. He is a fastball pitcher at 87 and does not favor, that's the word I'm looking for, the fly ball or the ground ball. And here's the lineup he'll face for the Pirates. Frank Tavares leads off at short. Phil Garner will bat second and play second. Dave Parker in right field will hit third. Bill Robinson cleans up in center. With the lefty Rao on the hill, no Willie Stargell to start. Manny Sanguillen is at first, he'll bat fifth. John Milner is at left field, he'll go sixth. Dale Berra at third will bat seventh. Duffy Dyer behind the plate will bat eighth, and Jim Rooker on the mound, 115 pitches thereabouts, will go ninth. Defensively, Dusty Baker is a 7-4 and left for the Dodgers. Billy North in center, a 5 and a 3. Reggie Smith is a 5 and an 8 in right. Ron Say a 7 at third. Bill Russell an 8 at short. Davy Lopes a 10 at second. Steve Garvey a 9 at first. Yeager back behind the plate, believe it or not, is a 7 and 8 with Rao an 8 on the mound with a 9.66 fielding percentage. Appachatter, how are you? Good afternoon, Mr. Forsberg. And Lorenzo says, the beautiful confines of paradise on earth. Dodger Stadium. What could possibly go wrong? But beware, my big blue. There are snakes about. Some are in the trees. Some walk around the ground and have names such as Mendoza. And Mr. Forsberg's response was, you feel the earthquake. So Garvey and Say play for the bunt. Tavares at 274, no homers, and 36 RBI. And this big one starts with a liner to left. Baker will dive and make the catch on the grass. How about that? Andrew, how are you, my friend? Hello from Louisville. Andrew always sends me the best pictures. Still, one of my favorites was that picture of Johnny Unitas from his freshman year at Louisville. He looks about 15. Phil Garner at 281, 4 homers and 35 RBI. Pitch from Rao is popped up right side. Garvey by the dugout. No, sir. That hits off the top and bounces from some kid from San Pedro. So the count is 1-2. So no Omar Moreno in the lineup today either. 1-2 to Garner. He now drops the bunt. Yeager throws to first. Lopes will cover, and that's 2 out. Dave Parker, the Cobra, at 356, 20 homers, and 69 RBI. Pitch to Dave is a pop-up right side. Garvey again by the dugout. And now somebody from Cucamonga with that play, and the count is 2-2. So Rao trying to get out of the first. Ground ball up the middle, a base hit. Billy North will pick it up. And that's 1 out for Bill Robinson. Bill at 265, 4 homers and 53 RBI. By the way, speaking of the Pirates and Dodgers, on June 7th on YouTube, Lorenzo, you might want to check out that upload. Just saying. Pitch to Robinson is a little looper in the center field. Parker goes to third, and the Pirates have runners in the corners and 2 out for Manny Sanguillen at 190, a homer and 13 RBI. Lorenzo's dad was born in Upland, California, not far from the Cucamonga Wilderness. Oh, isn't that cool? What upload was that? So one that Radar 42 threatened to send people to beat me up for. I'm not sure who that is. Do you know, Lorenzo? Pitch to Sanguillen is popped up behind the bag at second. It's a rainmaker. Russell is there, and that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits. The Pirates strand 2. Half an inning in the books. Pittsburgh nothing. Here come the Dodgers. So Jim Rooker still has good numbers. He has an ERA of 2.68. He's making his 19th start of the year, and he's 9-5. He's got a Dolly Parton record. Then again, didn't we all have Dolly Parton records back in 1978? Against the Dodgers, this is his 4th start. 17 1/3 innings, 14 hits, 5 runs, all earned. Walked 11 and struck out 7, and is 2-0 against the Dodgers with a 2.60 ERA. His last start was against the Padres down in San Diego on the 25th. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run it was earned. He walked 1 and struck out 2. So overall, Rooker, 107 1/3 innings, 87 hits. I'll read the threat in a moment, Lorenzo. 3 home runs, 37 runs in total, 32 earned runs, 57 walks, 41 strikeouts. He's a fastball pitcher. And at 86 and a fly ball pitcher. Just so I'm on the record here, I looked for it the other day and could not find it. I thought maybe you got the message. You know, the one from whoever sent the mysterious message you keep referring to, you keep referencing, which I now know nothing. Thank you. I know nothing. I know nothing about a message. Thank you, Sergeant Schultz. How you doing, Al? Good to see you. And Tribe Fan wouldn't know what 1978 looked like because he was in the last month or two of his mummy's tummy. Davey Lopes will lead it off for the Dodgers. At second base, Billy North in center field will bat second. Reggie Smith in right will hit third. Ron Say cleans up at third. Steve Garvey at first will bat fifth. Dusty Baker is in left field. He'll go sixth. Steve Yeager, who I'm surprised is back, is batting seventh. Bill Russell is at short, batting eighth. And Doug Rao, who threw 19 pitches in the first, will go ninth. Defensively for the Pirates, John Milner and his Robin Noodle arm is a 6-1 in left. Bill Robinson and now Omar Moreno in center is a 5 and a 4. Dave Parker is a 10 and a 10 in right. Dale Berra is a 3 at third. Frank Tavares a 6 at short. Phil Garner a 5 at second. Manny Sanguian is a 5 at first, and Duffy Dyer a 5 and a 3 behind the plate. Rooker is a 7 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. And I gotta tell you, I had a big cheat for lunch today. Didn't realize how big it was until I read the directions when I was done with it. Davey Lopes at 280, 13 homers and 42 RBI. Rooker delivers, and there's a line drive to Barrow, 1 out. So here's Billy North. Since being traded from the Oakland A's, he's at 250 with 14 RBI and has stolen 17 bases. Watch some Hogan's Heroes at lunch today, too. They play for the bunt. North grounds it to Sanguian. Sanguian goes to the bag himself for the second out. Reggie Smith at 300, 16 homers and 57 RBI. Rooker, 2 out, bottom of the first, no score. And Smith strikes out. The green weenie was really a 60s Pittsburgh thing, but we did have, you'll have to go to my comment section to read that. Darren McGavin making a guest appearance. So no runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the top of the second. No score. It'll be Milner, Berra, and Dyer to face Rao here in the inning. And Milner at 249, 3 homers, and 27 RBI. Not only Sergeant Schultz, Colonel Clinton LeBeau, but also Major Hochstetter and General Burkhalter were also Jewish. Pitch to Milner is into center field. North moves over, 1 out. Dale Berra, 0 for 4. And a nice old big old happy smile on his picture there. Wasn't obviously used on his license. Dale at 207 on the real year. 6 homers and 14 RBI. I just love, Lorenzo says, how chat fills up when Big Blue is featured. A more astute marketer would seize upon the fact and provide more of the New York Giants. I agree. Marketing 101. Watch for Giants football this fall on Retro Sports Network. Bob Crane, Jamie was murdered in 1978. And that's true. Back, Mark, in 1978, up until I think interleague play, if you change leagues, your batting average started over. It's how Willie McGee won a batting title for St. Louis, but played in the World Series for Oakland. Crane was a bit of a deviant, and if you're over the age of 18, you're welcome to look that up yourself. Pitch to Dale is a ground ball foul, third base side. And the count is 0-2. And there's a ground ball to Russell over to Garvey for the out. I've seen him on a couple of game shows. Bob Crane, by the way, got his break. He didn't say anything. Deviant isn't a bad word. Bob Crane, by the way, got his start in Hollywood as a disc jockey on KNX Radio 1070. The CBS station, now All News KNX 1070. But Bob Crane was a drummer in his own right and improv'd on the air, played some drums, told some jokes, and spun some records in the 50s. Duffy Dyer, by the way, at 218, no homers and 10 RBI. And there's a fly ball left field. Baker is there. That will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. Yeah, I'm not touching that one, Lorenzo. But you're right. Say Garvey and Baker. Say at 255, 16 homers and 60 RBI. Bottom of the second, no score. Pirates and Dodgers. 81 degrees, wind blowing in from left at 8 miles an hour. Pitch to Say. There's a little looper into right center field. Parker will pick it up, and Say has the first Dodger hit. Steve Garvey at 320. 15 homers and 75 RBI. Pitch, throw to first, Say back. He's not going to steal. Pitch to Garvey. Ground ball up the middle. Tavares to Garner for one. Over to Sanguin. And is Garvey retired? Yes, he is. 2 out on the 6-4-3. Dusty Baker at 273. 8 homers and 41 RBI. The gentleman who played LeBeau, and I'm drawing a blank now on his name, is still alive. He's the last one of that cast from Hogan's Hero. Yeah, Robert Clary, there we go. And I remember him vaguely from being on Days of Our Lives in the 80s. Yeah, Clary was right. Jamie says, one of the better Jay Johnstone pranks to say is when he emptied his locker and replaced it with a little stool and I think kids' clothing. Robert Clary, Lorenzo's his name. Pitch to Baker is into left center. Robinson goes back, but that will not leave the yard. No runs, a hit. The runner is erased on the double play. We go to the third. No score. And so here's the standings in the National League on this 30th day of July. Yep, it's a funny show. The Dodgers are playing around 500 ball. 32-17 at home and 30-24 on the road. Cincinnati has cut the lead to 5. Houston 7.5. San Francisco 9. In the East, Pittsburgh has won 7 straight and now have a 1-game lead over the Phillies. Kansas City by 2.5 over the Rangers, 3 over the Angels, 4.5 over Minnesota, 6 over Chicago. In the East, the Yankees a 1.5 over Milwaukee, 3.5 over Baltimore, and we will not discuss the rest of it. Jim Rooker at 176. No homers or RBI. Yes. Same thing with Star Trek, Jamie. I think they do. I think the West is the easier division. We'll see. Pitch to Rooker is a ground ball to Russell over to first for the out. Brings up Tavares, who's 0 for 1. 9 batters deep for out. 2 1/3 innings. 29 pitches. 2 hits. Garvey and Say come in. And Rao struck him out. 2-2. First one for Doug. And that brings up Garner. Garner's 0 for 1. And he tries to hit a drag bunt. Yeager picks it up over the Lopes covering, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on after 2.5. It's Pittsburgh nothing, Los Angeles nothing. Yeager, Russell, and Rao. I'm going to mute my microphone for a sec because I need something to drink. So hold on, I'm not going anywhere. I bought a thing of chocolate milk this morning. I haven't had one of those in forever. And I drank it all. Lorenzo wants a big pitching gem from Rao. He's got 3 good innings. And Yeager at 232. 8 homers and 29 RBI. Pitch to Steve is a line drive foul, third base side. Somebody from Santa Barbara made that play. And the count is 0-2. Pitch to Yeager. Ground ball to third. Barra to Sanguian for the out. 1 away for Russell. Bill at 263. A homer and 38 RBI. I've heard, and the whole California is beautiful. Also looks like it walked right off the set of the High Chaparral too, but... Pitch to Russell is a ground ball to third again. Second verse, same as the first. Ah, it's always said that way by native Californians. Beautiful Santa Barbara. Listen to the best music of Perry Como and Manavani on KZZZ in beautiful Santa Barbara. 92.9 on the FM dial. 860 on the AM dial. All right. Doug Rao is at 098. How you doing, Bobby? With an RBI. Oh, my good friend of kids that went to Westmont. Pitch to Rao is a fly ball left field. Milner reaches in, but that's foul. And so somebody from, let's see, we just did Santa Barbara. How about Malibu? Maybe Carly Simon made that catch. 0-2 count. And there's a line drive to short. Tavares is there, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. You wanted a pitcher's duel. By golly, you're going to get one. We go to the 4th. No score. I'm going to try it again to get the wifey in here so I can get a drink. Dave Parker, Bill Robinson, and Manny Sanguian to face Rao here in the 4th. Parker singled his first time up. Can I have a seltzer, please? Yeah. Thank you. Parker's 1 for 1. One of the 2 hits for the Pirates. Robinson had the other. Pitch to Dave is a liner in the left center field. Parker is 2 for 2. And now bring up Robinson, who singled. Lorenzo trying to find some fingernails to bite. He bit off all of his last week. Robinson singled the first time up into center. Billy North makes the catch, and that's an out. Mary Hart right behind home plate. Probably not in 1978, but yeah, today. She and Larry King sat together for that couple of those World Series. Thank you, my love. Manny Sanguian's 0 for 1. Yeah. The wife, it just loves these streams. Not. In high school, Lorenzo played against a kid out of Ventura, Santa Barbara by the name of Keith Wilkes. He changed his name to Jamal eventually. In a tournament in Lancaster. Parker on first, Sanguian to left. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Parker will hold at third, 1 out. And runners in scoring position for John Milner, who's 0 for 1. Yep. So you played against a future NBA All-Star in Keith Wilkes, or Jamal Wilkes. Pitch to Milner. Base hit up the middle. Parker will score. Sanguian will score. And the Pirates lead it 2-0. Brings up Dale Barra, who's 0 for 1. Pitch from Rao. Ball 4, and so Rao, his biggest backer, watching, just kind of waits to see if he can right the ship. Here's Duffy Dyer. He's 0 for 1. So runners on first and second. 1 out. Yeager and Rao change around a few signs. And Dyer draws the walk. So the Pirates have the bases loaded and 1 out for Rooker. Bobby had a friend of mine in high school play against Davy Lopes. Dodgers will play for 2. Rooker's 0 for 1. Into center. North makes the catch. Milner goes back to tag. North is going to throw. Play at the plate. That's going to be close, but Milner got in. Yeager put the tag down, but Milner scores, and it's 3-0. It is amazing who you rub elbows with in life sometimes. So Berra on third, Dyer on second. The Pirates have 3 runs here in the 4th. So Rao, 67 pitches through 3 2/3. 5 hits. All 3 runs are earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 1. Tavares 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Bobby's friend is over 70 and still plays softball 3 times a week. Struck him out. Rao got him to swing and miss on the curve. 3 runs, however, for Pittsburgh. 3 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Top the lineup up for the Dodgers. 3-0 Pirates. I'm going to take a drink. So not the inning that Rao needed. Here's Lopes. He's 0 for 1. Rooker, 31 pitches through 3 innings. A hit and a strikeout. Pitch to Lopes is into left center. Robinson rides the Schwinn, and he's in there for the out. Billy North is 0 for 1. Infield playing back. Pitch to North. He's going to bunt. Dyer over to Garner covering, and that's an out. Goes 2-4 on the card. Jamie says, and I had friends who lived in the St. Pete area. We have the kids and the Cubs down here that play against each other for decades, and it's a 70-plus league. I know of a father's son who played in that league. Don't know them personally, but knew of them. The dad was over 90. Imagine, being over 70 and playing in a softball league with your dad. How awesome would that be? Reggie Smith struck out his first time up. Message to be learned: keep moving when you get older, and when you get the chance, look up Jacinto Bonilla. Is that Bobby's dad? From New York, an 80-plus-year-old man who does CrossFit and has a routine named after him called the Jacinto Storm. That's awesome. Yeah, but imagine that in a 70-plus league and playing with your dad. This is the type of stuff you don't get on the Fortnite streams. 2 out, nobody on for Smith. Line drive to Tavares, who leaps and makes a good play. And so the Dodgers go down quietly in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Pirates 3, the Dodgers nothing. So Garner, Parker, and Robinson, how you doing, Mr. Mike, to face Rao here in the 5th. Garner is 0 for 2. Jamie watched a guy crank a homer, but can't remember if he was a Cub or a Kid. It's a smaller field for softball anyway. Pitch to Garner. Ground ball to Say, over to Garvey for the out. So 1 out for Parker, who was singled twice and scored in the 4th. That's quite the accomplishment. And you can't throw it that hard. Although, Jamie, is that slow pitch or modified fast pitch? Pitch to Parker, ball 4. So they've yet to retire, Dave, this afternoon. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Bill Robinson swung for 2. Slow pitch. Okay. It takes a lot of effort to crank one out in slow pitch. Pitch to Robinson. Here's a ground ball to third. Say goes to Lopes for a 1. There's no throw to first, and Robinson is safe. So 5-4 on the fielder's choice. Lorenzo hoping to get something cooking. Well, I'd suggest a turkey sausage sandwich, a fried egg, some cheese on a whole wheat English muffin. Say Garvey and Baker in the bottom of the 5th after the commercial. 2 out for Sanguin, 1 for 2. He's doubled and scored. That double came in the 4th. Into center, North will make the catch to retire the side. Dodger Stadium infield was baked pretty well as well. Yep. All right, halfway home here. 3-0 Pittsburgh. We'll be back after the break. And remember, Jamie, a lot of the people who were in Dodger Stadium, especially in the 70s, were pretty baked as well. You know, the ball doesn't carry there as well as night as it does during the day, and that's one of the reasons why Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale were so successful. A lot of night games at Dodger Stadium. Pittsburgh got all 3 runs in the 4th, by the way. If you just joined us, John Milner with a 2-run single, and Jim Rooker with a sac fly. That's how Pittsburgh got their 3 runs. Yep. A lot of places have softball complexes. Lots of tournaments. Rao threw 5 innings, 3 runs. All earned, walked 3 and struck out 2. Rooker's only faced 12 batters. 4 runs or 4 innings and hit. Not saying that Koufax was lucky. Just saying that it did make a difference. I have a perfect record at Dodger Stadium. I've never won a game here. I've never lost a game here. Say 1 for 1. He's got himself a single. Pitch to Say, ball 4. Steve Garvey grounded into a double play his first time up. I don't, to be serious from him about Dodger Stadium. Lorenzo had some prunes in. He was about to break some wind. Yeah, no, see, you got that out just as I was saying it. Good job. Pitch to Garvey, and there's a fly ball to right. Parker comes in, and that's an out. We've told the story about Koufax throwing in the low 80s before a 70s World Series game against the Yankees. Dusty Baker's 0 for 1. Lorenzo's threatening me again. 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Pirates. They've left 5 on. The Dodgers have been held to 1 hit. It is playing like a smaller ballpark today. Lefties with a +4 batting average, righties with a +1. Home runs +12% for the lefties and +13 for the righties. Baker is 0 for 1. Runner on first, 1 out. And Baker hits a base hit into left field. Milner will pick it up. And there's the tying run at the plate of Steve Yeager, who's 0 for 1. My mom, by the way, turned 68 today. Ball 4, so Yeager draws a walk. So not only do I get under Lorenzo's skin like a bad sunburn, he's also legally old enough to be my daddy. Let's see what the response is to that. Russell's 0 for 1. So Say on third, Baker on second, Yeager on first. Russell at the plate. Ground ball to Tavares. He goes to Garner for 1. Over to Sanguin. Do they turn it? Say crosses home plate, and they turn the double play. Wow. And so the Dodgers get nothing. Russell to Lopes to Garvey. I'm sorry. Tavares to Garner to Sanguian. 6-4-3. Types with phone in ear. So Lorenzo obviously missed my jokes. So Milner, Berra, and Dyer here in the 6th. So the Dodgers had their chance and couldn't do anything with it. Milner had a 2-run single in the 4th. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Nolan Ryan was still clocking around 95 while pitching batting practice for the University of Texas. Lorenzo's just trying to think of a very clever comeback. Pitch to Milner is into left center. North is there for the out. When was that? Now, Koufax could have easily pitched. He had only been in his early 40s in 1978 as well. He retired at 30 after the 66 season. Dale Berra, 0 for 1 with a walk. Yeah, I agree. Koufax looks like he could still pitch. That man is in what is he, 84? 82? Pitch to Berra. Linda left. That's foul. And somebody from Fresno made that play catch. And Sandy is indeed ageless and timeless. So 1-2 the count to Berra. Rao throws pitch number 100. Ground ball to Say. He better hurry over to first. And Garvey can't handle it. It's a low throw, so the air is going to be charged to Say. And Berra is safe at first. The first error by the Dodgers, and that brings up Duffy Dyer, who was 0 for 1 with a walk. If it's from Fresno, most assuredly it was a one-handed catch. A box of raisins in the right hand and the glove in the left. Arthritic elbow, I believe, Mike. Lorenzo would know. Pitch to Dyer is into shallow left center. In comes North. He'll make the catch. Berra goes back to first. 2 out for Rooker, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Al ignores me most of the time. Pitch to Jim. Struck him out. So Rao got him to swing and miss on an 86-mile-an-hour fastball. No runs, no hits, and 1 error. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Pittsburgh 3, the Dodgers nothing. So we're going to let Rao pitch the 7th. He's 0 for 1. Rooker cruising right along. Rao into right. Parker makes the catch for the out. 87 degrees here at Chavez Ravine. And the wind blowing in at 3. Yeah, that would have been painful. It was his elbow and he didn't want to keep taking the cortisone shots. Remember, Koufax threw the ball hard. And, he would have been a lot better in today's game when you would have only thrown 6 or 7 innings. And he was tossing a ton of innings. Yeah, and he plunged his arm in buckets of rice, too, just like Steve Carlton did. Lopes is 0 for 2. Rooker threw 5 1/3 innings, 18 batters, 62 pitches, 2 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. And Lopes hits this one into right. The crowd likes it, and so does Dave Parker. It's right in his glove, 2 out. Billy North is 0 for 2. Dodgers haven't been able to do anything off of Rooker. Into right, Parker in the corner makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 7th. Still 3-0 Pittsburgh. So Rao, after 27 batters, 6 innings, 107 hits, 107 pitches, 5 hits. He's walked 3, struck out 3. And all 3 Pirate runs are earned. Into right, Reggie Smith, foul. So somebody from Riverside made that play. The count is a ball and 2 strikes. Pitch to Tavares, ball 4. So Rao lost him. Not a threat to steal. Here's Garner, who's 0 for 3. Tavares does have 30 steals on the year. Into right, Smith makes the catch. Tavares goes back to tag. 1 away for Parker. Parker 2 for 2. He has singled twice, walked, and scored. Yep. 107 hits in 6 innings would definitely be a lot. Unless it's a Little League game. I think that's how many Carlton gave up when he was playing for the Twins at the end of his career. Oh, man. That's some serious ugly. Pitch to Parker is into right field. Smith is there. And that's the second out. So Tavares retreats. 2 outs for Robinson, who's 1 for 3. 107 hits in 6 innings, or, 2 periods. That's an old-fashioned Philadelphia Flyer game. Popped up. Lopes and Russell converge. Davey behind the bag at second. Has it. Stretch time. 3-0 Pittsburgh. Nancy Dell chopping on a Dodger dog from Farmer John. And as always, the farmer is in the dell. Hi-oh the Dario. So Smith saying Garvey here in the 7th. Reggie's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Lorenzo playing with a beach ball out in left field. Pitch to Smith. Popped up left side. Tavares and Berra. It's Dale, and there's 1 out. Brings up Ron Say, who is singled and walked. Doubled off by Garvey once. Into left. Milner. 2 out. Rooker is doing everything he can. 79 pitches through 6 2/3. Pitch to contact. Garvey's 0 for 2, as I said. Grounded into a double play. Pitch to Steve is into right field. Parker runs all the way over, reaches in, and that will retire the side. The Pirates 3, the Dodgers nothing. And that'll be it for Rao. The Bucks are a game ahead of Philly. And so, who needs some innings? We're going to go righty, lefty, righty. Charlie Huff. Helps if I hit the right button. This making his 29th appearance of the year. He's 3-3 with 5 saves. A 2.81 ERA. He has faced the Pirates 5 times. 8 innings, 6 hits. 5 runs all earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 9. And has an ERA of 5.63. Ground ball knuckler. And when he throws the fastball, it's at 89. He went 2 innings on Friday and struck out a batter. That was it. So 41 2/3 innings, 30 hits, 2 homers, 20 runs in total, 13 of them earned, 19 walks, and 37 strikeouts. Sanguian 1 for 3 with a double. See if they bring in Stargell. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Pittsburgh. They've left 7 on. The Dodgers, no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error, and they've left 2. Pitch to Sanguian is a ground ball to Garvey, 1 out. Garvey takes it to the bag himself. Brings up Milner. 1 for 3. He is singled, scored, and driven in 2. Liner to third. Say is there. 2 out. So Huff doing his job. He'd bat 4th in the bottom of the 8th. Baker, Yeager, and Russell do up. Dale Berra is 0 for 2 with a walk. Pitch from Huff. Into center, north. Retires the side. So the Pirates go in order in the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the inning. 3-0 Pittsburgh. So Baker 1 for 2 with a single. Rooker. Yeah, a lot of people in the chat today and watching. Fouled off the mask of Dyer. So Duffy needs a moment to figure out if his bridge work's still there. Into left center, Robinson corrals it, 1 away. Brings up Yeager, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Rooker delivers, struck him out. So Yeager swung on and missed a pitch at 83, and there's 2 out for Russell, who's 0 for 2. So if Russell reaches, we'll make another pitching change. But if not, Huff would get the 9th. Foul ball. Left side. Milner can't get there. And again, someone wearing a raisin shirt made that catch. The count 2-2. To Russell. And there's a ground ball base hit right side. So that'll do it for Huff. And who can hit a lefty? I'd be on my way to work. But for this week, work is only a foot away. Manny Mota hits lefties at a 381 clip. He's 6 for 18 on the year with an RBI. Russell on first, 2 out, only the 3rd hit for the Dodgers in the ballgame. To center, Robinson, and that will be dropped. So Mota reaches on the air, and Robinson, in kind of a setting sun, couldn't find a handle. It's still 87 degrees and the wind blowing in at 4 from center. And so the Dodgers had the tying run at the plate for Davey Lopes. Davey's 0 for 3. So 27 batters deep for Rooker, 100 pitches. 7 2/3 innings, 3 hits. No runs. He's walked 2 and struck out 2. Dyer and Rooker change around to Signer 3. Pitch to Lopes is into right, but Parker is there. And Dave makes one off the shoe tops. And so the Dodgers strand 2. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. To the 9th we go. Pittsburgh 3, the Dodgers nothing. Terry Forster coming in. 2-2 with 11 saves. And an ERA of 3 flat. This is his 27th appearance for the Fat Tubagoo. 3rd against the Pirates coming in. 2 1/3 innings, 4 hits. A run it was earned and he struck out 2. No record against the Pirates and an ERA of 3.86. He hasn't pitched in a week. In St. Louis the last time out. An inning and a third, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned. So overall, 30 innings, 26 hits, 4 homers, 13 runs, 10 earned. He's walked 8 and struck out 15. He is an extreme ground ball pitcher, and the fastball tops out at 91. So Dyer, Rooker, and Tavares here in the 9th. 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Pirates. They've left 7 on. The Dodgers, no runs, 3 hits in air, and they've left 4 on. Dyer to short, Russell deep in the hole, over to Garvey for the out. What a play by Russell. And that brings up Rooker. He's got himself an RBI. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. He'll stay in the ball game. Up the middle, Russell. Over to first, 2 out. No, it got away from Garvey. And so Russell hides the throw, and Garvey leapt and couldn't get there. And so Rooker is on second. That's the second Dodger error. And that brings up Tavares, who's 0 for 3, with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Pitch to Frank. Ground ball to Russell. Over to Garvey this time. And Tavares is out. Rooker will hold. And that brings up Garner, who's 0 for 4. So North, Smith, and Say up for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 9th. Pitch to Garner. Right back to Forster. Over to first. And that should and will retire the side. No runs, no hits. The second Dodger error to the bottom of the 9th. It's 3-0 Pirates. So North is 0 for 3. Pirates play back. North. Milner barely moves. 1 out. Brings up Reggie Smith, who's 0 for 3. Dodgers need 3 to tie and 4 to win. In the left center, Robinson makes the catch, 2 out. Brings up Ron Say, 1 for 2, with a walk. So the Dodgers down to brass tacks now, as Jim Rooker is on the verge of throwing a 3-hitter. Pitch to Say is in the left. Back goes Milner. No shutout tonight. Ron Say has homered to left center, and it's 3-1 Pittsburgh. So a 2-out home run by Say at least gives Dodger fans the hope that something might happen. For Say, that was number 17, and the play-by-play says finally something for the Los Angeles crowd to cheer about. Garvey is 0 for 3. So Rooker still trying to close the door on this one. The pitch to Garvey is into center field. Back goes Robinson, and it's gone. And so the Dodgers go back-to-back. Garvey with his 16th of the year, and that brings up Dusty Baker. So we told you that this was a happy home run park. Dusty Baker 1 for 3. But before Dusty Baker, friends, have we told you about Colonial Penn Life Insurance? You can be over 50 years old and not have to answer any questionnaires. Colonial Penn Life Insurance for you today. See if Lorenzo's pulling his hair out. Garvey was always pretty clutch, but kind of a jerk. Yep. So Baker 1 for 3. Save 15% on your car insurance today by getting a hold of Geico. Yes, I am cruel. That one is intentional. So Baker trying to hit the third one in a row. Pitch from Rooker. Ball 4. So the tying run is on, and that will go with Rooker. Kent Tekulve coming in. We're going to pinch hit for Yeager. Tekulve making his 47th appearance of the year. He is 4-3 with 20 saves and an ERA of 2.40. Against the Dodgers, this is his 9th appearance. He has gone 8 1/3 innings, 7 hits, a walk, a strikeout, 1 win, and 3 saves. He pitched last night against the Dodgers and retired the only man he faced. So in 56 and a third innings, he's allowed 54 hits, has not allowed a home run. 20 runs in total, 15 earned. He has walked 23 and struck out 23. Lasorda recalls Baker and brings in Johnny Oates, who it's righties at a 301. Dodgers seem to lose a lot when they're the feature game. Well, you know. In case you're wondering, this is the last time this year the Pirates and Dodgers play. And in the I'm not making this up category, the Dodgers have not won a game this year against Pittsburgh. The Pirates have feasted on the Dodgers and are 11-0. The most infamous game being the July 19th game, in which Mario Mendoza walked it off. So the Pirates are looking for the sweep. Dusty Baker, they better give him second. He's going to try and take it. And the throw from Dyer is just not there. So Baker makes his 7th of the year. And so the tying run should score on a base hit. Johnny Oates is at 174. Hits righties at a 301 clip, however. No homers and 4 RBI. Tekulve deals. Base hit right field. Baker will tie the game at 3. So no season sweep yet. Here's Bill Russell. He's 1 for 3. And grounded into a double play. So the Dodgers have pulled this one out from the fireplace. Pitch to Russell. Right to Tekulve, over to Sanguin. And that will retire the side. Joe Ferguson is a 6 and a 4 behind the plate, as Forster will face Parker, Robinson, and Sanguin here in the 10th. Parker 2 for 3. He has walked and scored. So Lorenzo passing cigars around like he's a father. Parker to Lopes over to first for the out. And it got away from Garvey. And so Lopes with a high throw, and Parker's on second. And that's the 3rd Dodger error. The baseball lords giveth, and the baseball lords taketh away. Here's Robinson. He's 1 for 4. And you betcha it could mean another chance for my best friend in the entire world, Mario Mendoza. Pitch to Robinson. Struck him out. So 1 away, Forster with his first strikeout. Sanguin 1 for 4 with a double and a run scored. Hey, if my mother turns 68 today, and you're older than my mother, you don't need to solve for X to figure that one out, Lorenzo. Pitch to Sanguin is a ground ball to Say. Over to Garvey, and that's an out. So 2 out for Milner, who was 1 for 4, had a 2-run single earlier, and scored. Pitcher spot, Lopes and North due up for the Dodgers in the 10th. Is Mendoza dressed today? Yes. No. Yes, he is. So is Stargell and Omar Moreno. Bobby says he doesn't know why they call 200 the Mendoza line. He was a career 215 hitter. Jeez. Pitch to Milner, ball 4. And that'll bring up Dale Berra, who's 0 for 3. He did hit 6 home runs in the real year. So Parker on second, Milner on first. 2 out. Struck him out. He chased on a 2-2 out of the zone, and then we'll go to the bottom of the 10th. The Pirates leave 2 on. It's pitcher's spot, Lopes and North. It's the Dodgers 3, the Pirates 3. So to Colby, who can hit a righty? To face Lee Lacy at 272. 10 homers and 35 RBI. This would be a big one for the Dodgers. Pitch to Lacy. Base hit left field. Milner will pick it up off a hop. Yep, it's true. Jamie with some quick math. It's crazy to think the Dodgers are 62 and 30 versus everybody else but the Pittsburgh Pirates. Berra, Sanguin, Milner, and Parker guard the lines for Lopes, who's 0 for 4. Davey has 4 game-winning RBI on the year. Pitch from DeColvey. They do a snap play over to first, and Lacy's back. Again, infield guarding the lines, trying to take away the double. Base hit right center field. Garner couldn't make the play. The winning run with nobody out is 90 feet away for Billy North, who is 0 for 4. And they rise as 1 at Dodger Stadium. North has driven in 14 runs. A 15th gives the Dodgers the win. To Colby deals. Ground ball to Sanguin. Lacy will hold Tavares for 1. So 1 out, and runners on the corners for Reggie Smith. North goes to second. The throw down to Colby, down to Tavares. No. So the Dodgers are tempting Pittsburgh to walk Smith to face Say. North doesn't really mean anything at this point. He pulls out the Adirondack chair, opens up a Coors, and sits on second. Pitch to Smith, right back to Colby. Throws to first, and there's 2 out for Say. And do you walk Say to face Garvey? Pittsburgh might survive this. They pitch to Say. Ground ball to Sanguin. He underhanded to Colby, and the band plays on. The Dodgers leave 2 on. And after 10, it's 3-3. So the lefty Lance Rotson will come in. He's a 2-fielder. That's not very good. Lance at 176. This is his 26th appearance. He's 0-1. Has faced Pittsburgh 4 times. 2 innings, 2 hits, a run it was earned. 4 walks and 2 strikeouts. Lance last pitched against the Pirates last night. Went an inning, allowed a hit and a run. Walked 2, so 30 and 2/3 innings. 33 hits, 13 runs, 6 earned. He has walked 23 and struck out 11. A ground ball pitcher to the extreme, and the fastball at 85. So Dyer, a pinch hitter, and Tavares. And I would think it would not be Mendoza. But there are whispers. Pitch to Dyer. And there's a base hit left center field. Baker will pick it up. And Omar Moreno is going to pinch run. Let's see what they do with Tekulve. He has not had a replay at bat. And look who's coming up. I'm going to take a drink. So Mario Mendoza is hitting 143. 5 for 35 on the year. He does not have a chance to homer off of Robson. But he has 1 homer and 3 RBI. Robson kicks and fires. He drops a bunt. Throw to Lopes covering, and Mendoza is retired. 1 out for Tavares, and Moreno, the go-ahead run, is on second. Puro Sapo, that sounds like a drink. Today you can get your thing of Puro Sapo. So Tavares is 0 for 4. And he has walked once and struck out twice. Pitch. Line drive, foul, third base side. Somebody from Sacramento made that catch. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Spanish slang for the luckiest, most unlikely event ever occurring. Yep, so Mendoza with the bunt. A 1 and 2 the count to Tavares. And there's a ground ball to Garvey. Takes it to the bag himself. Moreno moves to third, 2 out. What? Phil Garner just hit a 9-run homer? How the hell did that happen? 3 runs, 6 hits, and an error for the Pirates. They've left 10. The Dodgers, 3 runs, 8 hits, and 3 errors. They've left 7 on. Garvey, Baker, and Ferguson for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 11th. Ooh, I've been getting glared at. Pitch to Garner, who's 0 for 5. To say, across the way to Garvey, and that will retire the side. So Grant Jackson, who was 3 and 3 with 7 saves and an ERA at 2.70, comes in to pitch. Jackson making his 34th appearance of the year. Has faced the Dodgers 7 times. 7 1/3 innings. 4 hits. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, and is 2-0 with 2 saves. Buck has been the Pirates' good luck charm. He last pitched last night and got the save. 1 inning, 2 hits, and a strikeout. So 40 innings overall, 36 hits, 12 runs, all earned. He's allowed 1 homer this year, has walked 10 and struck out 8. Fastball pitcher at 87. And a fly ball pitcher. So the Dodgers scored 3 in the bottom of the 9th to tie it, including a solo shot by Garvey, who's 1 for 4. Jackson's pitch, ball 4. So the winning run is on for Dusty Baker, who was 1 for 3, has walked, stole a base, and scored a run. Throw to first, Garvey back. So this one has turned into a nail-biter, and we discovered about 15 minutes ago that this is the last game of the year between the Pirates and the Dodgers, and that Pittsburgh has won all 11. Pitch to Baker. Line drive to Berra. 1 out. Lorenzo finishes his box of raisins and then tosses at the lone Pirate fan at Chavez Ravine. Why you're throwing stuff at Dave Gardner, I don't know. Joe Ferguson is hitting 177 since the trade with Houston. And 5 RBI. Yeah, I was surprised by that. Pitch to Joe. Into left. But Milner's there. 2 out. Billy Russell's 1 for 4. And singled and grounded into a double play. If he should reach, pitcher spots up. And the Dodgers are kind of running out of pitchers. Throw to first, Garvey back. Parker, Robinson, and Sanguine should the game go to the 12th. I put the graphic up there. Lorenzo doesn't trust me. Pitch to Russell. Ground ball to third. Barra goes to Garner for the force. And the side is retired. The Dodgers, no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 12th. 3-3. So Parker, Robinson, and Sanguine. Dave is 2 for 4. He singled twice, walked, and scored. Up the middle, Lopes from behind the bag over to first for the out. Bonus baseball for sure. 10 after 1 here in the East. 10-10 in Southern California. Robinson is 1 for 5. He is singled and struck out. Popped up left side, Say, and that'll matriculate into the Pirate dugout. Tribe Fan does not need a 17-inning Tribe Fan special. Pitch to Robinson. Struck him out. So 2 out for Sanguine, who's 1 for 5 with a double. Routson delivers. Right back up the box. Routson puts out the glove, and it got away from Garvey. But Steve held on to the bag. He kind of sat down. And that'll do. So no runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 12th. It's still 3-3. So Routson to face Davalillo. Vic at 161, a homer and 5 RBI. Lopes and North to follow. Jackson deals. Base hit left center field. Tavares got a late jump. Davalillo's on first. So nobody out for Lopes, who's 1 for 5 with a single. Pirates have left 11 runners on. The Dodgers 8. Left field, Milner, 1 out. Everybody guarding the lines. Here's North, who's 0 for 5 with a stolen base. Throw to first, Vic back. 85 degrees as the sun starts to set. Ball 4. Brings up Reggie Smith. Lopes, I don't think, is a good bunter. No, he's a 4-sack bunter. So Reggie Smith is definitely not going to bunt. Davalillo, the winning run on second. North again pulls out his beach chair in the Coors. He said they don't pay him to bunt. Ott, who's now catching, and Jackson have a few words. Ott a 5 and a 3. Slow number to Tavares. Garner for 1. They're never going to throw to first. And Jackson's done. And so now with 2 out in the 12th, it's Eddie Whitson. And Whitson pitches good like a good pitcher should. 24th appearance for Eddie. A 3.60 ERA. He is 1-2 with 2 saves. Grant Jackson, by the way, is the pitcher of record for the Pirates. Third appearance against the Dodgers. 2 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs all earned, and a walk. No record and an ERA of 13.5. Last pitched against the Padres down at the Murph. 2 innings, a hit, a run it was earned. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. So overall, 35 innings, 35 hits, 4 homers, 15 runs, 14 earned, 19 walks, and 25 strikeouts. And he gave up 3 runs, to the Dodgers on the infamous July 19th game, as Jamie tells me. Throws it hard, fastball at 96. But right now, the only runner that counts for the Dodgers is Devilio. Pitch to Say, popped up, right side, Sanguian. And the band plays on. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. The Dodgers strand 2. We go to the 13th. 3-3 the score. And we're down to Dennis Llewellyn. You know what? No, we're not. We're going to go with Bob Welch. So Welch, by the way, took the loss on July 19th. He is 3-2 with a save, an ERA of 1.93. Yep. Llewellyn? Well, he's not pitching. It was Doug Llewellyn on the People's Court. So against the Pirates, 3 relief appearances, 5 2/3 innings, 8 hits. 3 runs all earned. That was on somebody. I wonder who that was against. Last pitched against the Pirates on July 28th, 3 1/3 innings, 3 hits, a run it was earned. He struck out 5. So in 42 innings since his recall from Albuquerque, 35 hits, 3 homers, 11 runs, 9 earned. He's walked 6 and struck out 30. Fastball pitcher at 88. Desmond Llewellyn, who played Q in the Bond movies. Oh, Lorenzo being hurt again. Aww. But he can't face Mario Mendoza because Mendoza has batted. John Milner 1 for 4. 2-run single in the 4th. Put the Pirates up 3-0. And the Dodgers chipped away. Into shallow center field. North will come in for the out, 1 away. Dale Barra is 0 for 4. He has walked and struck out. No, I'm nice to my mom, Lorenzo. You're just hurt because you're old enough to be my dad. Hi, Dad. Pitch to Barra. And there's a liner to Russell, and there's 2 out. It'll be Garvey, Baker, and Ferguson in the bottom of the 13th for the Dodgers. Ed Ott at 304, 4 homers, and 24 RBI. All those numbers up to the runs scored are divisions of 4. Pitch to Ott. In the right, Smith will come in. He rides the Schwinn, and that will retire the side. So Welch does a perfect 13th. We go to the bottom of the inning. It's still 3-3. So Garvey, 1 for 4. One of those back-to-back homers in the 9th to make me work for extra money today. Baker and Ferguson to follow. Garvey to third, Barra over to first, 1 out. Dusty Baker 1 for 4. He singled, walked, scored, and stole a base. 3 runs, 6 hits, and error for Pittsburgh. They've left 11 on. The Dodgers 3 runs, 9 hits, and 3 errors, and they've left 10 on. Pitch to Baker, ball 4, so the winning run is on again for Joe Ferguson, who's 0 for 1. Pitch. Base hit, left center, right center field. Baker will hold at second. And so runners on first and second with 1 out for Russell. Baker living up to his mantra that base runners just clog the bases. The end is near. Have we not heard the chimes at midnight? Bung, bung, bung. Well, if this was a 1:05 Pacific start, we're now at 3:50, and so it is now 10 minutes of 5 in the City of the Angels. The National Baseball Corporation, come on. So Russell 1 for 5, 1 out in the 13th inning. Pitch from Whitson to Tavares. Garner for 1 over to Sanguin. That's going to be close. No, sir. And now the Dodgers are in a bit of a pickle. I'm not sure who they have to pinch hit for Welch, to be honest. They have Rick Monday. So Monday, yeah, Russell beat it out. Monday at 268, 12 homers and 43 RBI. Monday owns the Montreal Expos. Lock, stock, and barrel. So Baker the winning run. Russell has found Billy North's Coors and Adirondack chair. The pitch to Monday, ground ball to Sanguin, and that is it. And so we go to the 14th. Tribe fan, why do you do this to me? No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. And Llewellyn, are we saying that? Will come in to pitch. He's not pitched in this replay. 2 innings and 2 hits. That's it. Whitson, 1 for 5 on the year. Pitcher spot Tavares and Gardner here in the 14th. He was fine, but you don't hit him there, right? You got to pinch hit. It'll be the top of the lineup for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 14th. And Willie Stargell comes up at 293. Look at this. This pitch is going to be gone. The home run chance here is 21.5%. Stargell, 293, 11 homers and 41 RBI. Pitch to right and off the wall. Stargell's going to go for it. Nope, he's going to hold. And now I'll bring up Tavares, who is 0 for 5, a walk and 2 strikeouts. They're going to walk him. They're going to try to set up the double play. Garner is 0 for 6. Here's the pitch. Left center field. North is there. Stargell will tag. They're going to throw to third. North to say. They got away. Stargell will score. The throw got away from Say, and the 4th Dodger error puts the Pirates up 4-3. And Tavares on second. Say was right in a good spot. That throw actually had beaten Stargell to third, but North uncorked one. And now here's Parker. Excuse me. Who was 2 for 5. Uh-oh, no good situation now. 1 out. Then a pitch around Parker, and that's ball 4. So Robinson, 1 for 6. He is singled and struck out twice. To short, Russell. Only play is to Garvey, and that's 2 out for Sanguian, who was 1 for 6. It's not done and dusted yet for the Dodgers. That one hit was a double, and he scored. So 4-3 Pittsburgh, top the 14th. Base hit down the line and left. Tavares scores. Parker scores. Sanguian slaps his hands. It's 6-3 Pittsburgh. And so unless we have something pretty crazy for you in a chest, the Pittsburgh Pirates are 3 outs away from sweeping the Dodgers in 1978. John Milner is 1 for 5. A walk, a single, a run scored, and 2 RBI. Struck him out. But the damage is done. Dave Hamilton trying to get the save for Pittsburgh as the Pirates get 3 runs on 2 hits and a terrible error by Billy North. To the bottom of the 14th, Pittsburgh 6, Los Angeles 3. Yes, the Dodgers are home. You didn't say to do anything different. Hamilton, making his 15th appearance of the year, is 0-2 with a 3.63 ERA. You can demand all you want. You can demand that Taylor Swift comes to help me take a bath too, but that's not going to happen. Against the Dodgers, Hamilton has pitched twice. He's gone an inning and allowed a hit and a walk. In fact, he pitched against the Dodgers his last time out. Yeah, the back-to-back homers. You did score 3 in the bottom of the 9th to tie the ball game. Jeez, you're picky. 1 inning, 1 hit, and 1 walk. That was his last time out. 22 in the 3rd innings, 12 hits, no homers. 9 runs in total. All of them earned. 15 walks and 5 strikeouts. And he's got the top of the Dodger order. They've already come from 3 down once. Lopes is 1 for 6. To right, Parker, 1 out. Billy North is 0 for 5. He has walked and stolen a base. And it's his error that allowed the floodgates to open in the 14th. Struck him out. So the Dodgers are down to their last out. And it's Reggie Smith, who was 0 for 6 with a strikeout. Hamilton delivers. Left center field. Robinson is there. And the Pirates have swept the Dodgers in 78. 6-3. And this score sheet's a mess. So at 5:39 in the early evening, to Colby with a blown save. Rooker, 8 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 all earned, 2 homers. He walked 3 and struck out 2. Whitson gets the win. He goes to 2-2, an inning and a third, a hit and a walk, and Hamilton with a clean 14th. 6 runs, 8 hits, and error for Pittsburgh. The People's Court guy sucked. Yeah, he did. 3 runs, 10 hits, and 4 errors for the Dodgers. Doug Rao pitched okay. 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. Thank you, sir. Huff, Forster, Routson, and Welch pitched well. They got 6 scoreless innings from the pen. And then there was the 7th. Oh, 9. That's the one I want. So, it's a busy Sunday in baseball. What a ball game that was. So, one more day in July to go. Yankees and Twins in a doubleheader. Ron Guidry wins the first one to go 14-4. Roger Erickson takes a loss. Glenn Borgman with the second of the year. Yankees 4, Twins 2. But in Game 2, Dave Goltz beats the snot out of Jim Beatty and the Yankees 12-1. Hoskin Powell 4 for 6, 3 RBI, and 4 doubles. 4 doubles. Good to see you, Al. Take care. Ron Guidry, by the way, struck out 11 in his game. The other doubleheader, Texas and Chicago. The Rangers win the first one 5-3. Len Barker goes 2-3. In game number 2, they stole 6 bases in one of these games. I can't find game number 2. Oh yeah, they swept. They beat the White Sox 7-4 in 10. Paul Mirabella gets the win. Bump Wills 3 for 5, 2 RBI, and the double. Detroit pounds out 23 hits. Rusty Staub, 3 of those, a homer and 5 RBIs. Steve Kemp goes 5 for 5. Detroit beats Seattle 13-7. Cincinnati beats Philadelphia 8-4. Tom Hume goes to 5-10. Larry Christensen 10-8. Dan Dreesen with his 11th of the year. Cincinnati made 4 errors in that game, and they still won. Cleveland 5, Oakland 3. Paxton goes to 9-5. Atlanta 6, Montreal 5. Tommy Boggs goes to 4-5. My goodness gracious. I got a half sheet of highlights here. Milwaukee 5, Toronto 4. Eddie Rodriguez goes to 4-1. Tom Underwood falls to 5-8. Boston 9, Kansas City 5. Bill Lee gets the win. Jim Rice, his 35th of the year, he drives in 5. He beats Paul Splittorff. Baltimore 8, California 2. Mike Flanagan goes to 11-11. Chicago 7, San Francisco 3 in 14. Donnie Moore gets the win. Jack Clark with the 16th of the year. Bill Madlock pounds 1-2. Chicago in game 2, 5-4 Chicago. So the Cubs sweep the Giants. McLaughlin in 10 innings gets the win. Bill Madlock 4 hits and a home run. Mets beat the Astros 6-3 in Houston. Craig Swan goes to 12-7. Mark Lemongello 11-4. And finally, Oscar Gamble 3 hits and that drives in 5 as Gaylord Perry shuts out the Cardinals 11-0. Bob Forsch gets the loss. We close out July with the Yankees and the Rangers at some point tomorrow. I'm thinking noon, but they're doing some alarm testing here in the building, so we'll see. Standings, Pittsburgh by 2 over Philadelphia. The Dodgers by 4 over Cincinnati. The Yankees by 1 over Milwaukee, 3 over Baltimore. Kansas City by 1 over Texas, 3 over California, 4 over Minnesota, 6.5 over Chicago. And the Dodgers just hold the best record in baseball by a half a game over the Yankees. Hey, thank you so much for hanging in for the last 90 some odd minutes. We'll let the Dodger and Red fan fight over that. We'll talk to you tomorrow for some Yankee baseball. Until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Take care of yourselves. Have a good day.